Hi, Secret Fans. It's me again. I wanted to talk about something that's been troubling me lately. And it makes sense, but at the same time, it doesn't. It's about faith, and it's also about people questioning who you are based solely on the bias that they have about who you are. When you're someone like me who is spiritualist and is clairvoyant and you know this for a fact because you know yourself, and other people like to say that you're a psycho, you got a couple screws loose, you're a basket case, you're unstable, any other name, you're a few crayons short of a set, just to justify their reasoning to your different beliefs than theirs. And it makes no sense to me because it's already known as a fact. In the world, there's all types of different religions and all types of different faiths. So just because someone doesn't believe in yours doesn't make them crazy. And just because someone believes that they came on the earth because the universe had provided them this opportunity to come on the earth, and you think it was God, doesn't make any different. They're the same thing. They're the same thing. And some people will be like, oh, she crazy. She probably had like a whole shrine to some type of deity. And then you're like, but then what is God? Do you have a shrine to God? Do you have his pictures on your wall? Do you have a statue of him? Do you have angels around your house and in your yard? Why is it wrong for me or someone else to do that? If it's not God, but it's a different deity that they, make offerings to and praise and pray to. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Just because yours is more religious based doesn't make it any different. That's your faith and that's their faith. But people will full on tell you that you're crazy because they don't believe in what you believe in, or they don't see what you see. But not everybody has that gift. Not everybody can hear the whispers of the universe. Not everybody is tapped in with Mother Nature and the ground and how the energy works in the cosmos. And that's okay. Not everybody has to be. Some people can just be regular people and still live fulfilling lives. The problem is when you're a regular person, and just because somebody's not like you, now you want to call them crazy and do the most extreme shit possible. Some of these people be full on trying to like get authority over your money. Some of these people be full on like with the money that they stole from you, hire somebody to look like you, so that way they can keep withdrawing money because they know that they selves can't go to get it, so they're gonna have somebody else come and get it who looks like you, which is possible. It is. There's a lot of people who look similar to us. I mean, the genetic pool is wide enough for us to be able to survive as a species, but there is more than likely a possibility that somebody's going to look very similar to you. And if you wanted to, you had the resources, you could find somebody who looked like you. It is possible. And also, people think that a normal has to be a thing, and that the end all be all should be religious factors and not spiritual factors. Because if you're a spiritual person, then you're crazy. When the spirituality of the things that these people are talking about are just as likely as your religious text. Like, I can't see the universe and you can't see God, but we both believe it exists, right? Because we had built a personal relationship with them. And you're going to swear up and down to me that God put us here and that it's all part of his plan and that he loves us all. But then when I say or someone else says, no, I don't believe in that. I believe that the universe had created us and that we're here for our own personal plans. And that no one should have control over our lives but us. We should be the ones who are in control of our lives. And we should be able to be connected with our inner peace and our soul and make ourselves whole by doing the spiritual work we need to do to get there. But if I say that to you, then you look at me like I'm crazy. And you tell me that I'm crazy. And you try to go behind my back like I'm crazy. And you try to do this, that, and the third and hope I don't find out until it's all done. Like, who is the crazy one? Is it the person who's sitting home, doing yoga, drinking water, minding her business, making sure she's happy within herself, and make sure she's, her chakras are aligned? Or the person who is going through the extreme effort to impersonate her and to, on a daily basis, make sure that everybody thinks she's crazy? I just don't understand it, and it's been happening a lot. Because it's just like, with all the energy and time that they put into this, they could have easily given to themselves. They could have easily made their lives better. Like, with all the spiritual manipulation and spiritual warfare, and then the deceit on the 3D, it's just so wild. And sometimes it be even your own family. They have a copy of your birth certificate. They have a copy of your social security. Of course they do. They're your mom, they're your dad. They were there when it was issued. And they really just be going behind your back and stabbing you in the back. It'd be wild. It really do. And then you'd be like, just because my beliefs doesn't align with yours doesn't mean I'm crazy. And just because I decide to be a free spirit and live my life the way I want to and beat to the own drum of my life and my heart and my soul doesn't make me any less credible or any less capable of doing what I'm doing. And if I'm not capable of something, then I know this. I understand my limits. understand why it's such a big thing, especially since, you know, spirituality has always been a thing, but there's been an influx of people who are just doing it to get money out of it, and then there's been an influx of people who have been braining people as crazy, so in that way they can somehow get some monetary gain out of it, take their money or get them locked up, impersonate them, all types of crazy shit. And then, you know, when, you know, you're like letting it go because you're like, whatever, justice will be served for me because I know that I'm not crazy, and I know that I didn't do anything wrong. So I don't have to worry. I don't have to worry about bad things continuing to happen to me, and for it to be a never-ending situation, because I know that I'm innocent. Also, another thing is people, especially if you're somebody like me, when you get around people, especially if they haven't did the inner work that they needed to, and you're somebody like me, without a doubt, in no time, you're going to irritate something in that person. And then they're going to want to be mean to you, rude to you, drag you, make you feel all types of shitty. Like, dead ass, try to act like you're some type of cancerous tumor. But it's not your fault. It isn't. It's just because they have not did the inner work. And you being able to be authentic to who you are and stand in your truth, even if other people don't believe you, and even if other people try to say that you're crazy, and when they ask you to prove yourself, you're like, I don't have to. My talents will speak for itself, and also, I don't have to prove anything to you. I already know who I am. I already understand my abilities, and I understand what I can and what I can't do. I don't have to prove it to you. And then they'll be like, oh my God, you're a fraud, that's why you don't want to prove it. And then you're like, think what you want. I mean, it's not going to change the fact that I am who I am, or my abilities. And then you're like, okay. And your point was to them, because they really will try coming for you. They really will. And they'll literally have no leg to stand on, and still with all their force try to still come for you. Like a whole they're a whole parasite. They're parasitic as fuck. It be wild, y'all. It really do. But it really be that way. And then, you know, like with a football player. Oh, you say you're a good football player, but I want to see. You're okay. Come to my game. Then if you play well, you play well. And if you don't play well, then you don't play well. Doesn't mean that you lack any skill. It just means you had an up day. Or maybe something happened. Because I don't know. People be reading games and shit. Something happened to where they made you look bad. And in that way, people will be like, oh, he's not good for players. He said he was. Being in the path that I'm in, being who I am, I had to have a strong concept of self and a strong belief in myself and in my abilities and my faith, because in the path that I'm in, everybody and their mama, especially if they're not the ones who can hear the whispers from the universe, who are connected with Mother Nature and understands how the cosmic energy works, they're going to call you crazy. They're going to try everything in their power to try to make you look crazy, and that you're a fraud, and that you're only doing it for attention or money or clout or whatever. And then you're like, whatever. I mean, I don't gotta prove nothing to you again. It's like, that's really what all I can say, is because it's just like, what else is there to say? You've already made your mind up about how you perceive me. Why would I spend extra amount of time telling you that I'm not? Like, no, you're not crazy. No, you're not silly. No, you're not wrong. You're not. You believe that your spiritual faith is part of your life and needs to be part of your life, do it. Does it mean you need to be evil and malicious to people? No. But it does mean you don't have to conform or listen to people when they try and tell you that you're broken or you're unstable or stuff like that, just because you believe in something different than they do. It doesn't make you any crazy. No, it doesn't. And it doesn't make you wrong. And I just want people to know that, because I don't feel like that this is something that's really talked about in the spiritual community or in general. Everybody always wants to talk about what's normal and what's healthy and what's that. But really, it's just, like I said before, about the whole lady believing that frogs are the superior race. Okay, let her. Who cares? That's what she believes in. She's still able to contribute to society. She's still able to communicate with people. She's still able to wash herself, eat, take care of herself. Like, she's still able to do everything else. But just because she believes that frogs are the superior race, you want to make her as crazy, and you want to make her feel like she's less than when what you believe in, which might be a sentient, disembodied voice, God, that you have really no obvious proof for. That should make you crazy if it's the same logic. Make it make sense. There's whole churches dedicated to a sentient, disembodied voice, a spirit. And since spirituals see spirits, they're crazy. But since y'all see a spirit, oh, you know, it's a revelation. Is the end all be all, you know, that it should be law, that it should be fact. Why? They're the same thing. Make it make sense. Then also, people too want to be like, oh, spirituality means that you're into black magic. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Spirituality is what you decide to participate in. Just like religions, you can be born into that and decide to participate into it, as long as you're being respectful and doing your due diligence on learning about it. It's literally the same thing. It really is. Do I believe in magic? I do. Does it mean that I'm into dark magic? No. I absolutely refuse to do dark magic. I'm not gonna do that. It's unnecessary. There's no reason for it. I'm gonna do my rituals. I'm gonna do my cleansings. I'm gonna do my meditations. I'm gonna do my yoga. I'm gonna do my stuff that I need to do to make me feel centered, to make me feel grounded, to bring wellness to myself. This does not make me crazy. It does not make anybody crazy. It doesn't make any spiritualist crazy. It just means that they're taking care of their well-being. Seriously. People are so quick to put you in a box just because it doesn't fit with theirs. You know, they might be conservative or they might be hyper religious, but I mean, it's the same thing. You believe in a God, I believe in the universe. You believe God put you here, I believe the universe put me here. You believe that you go to heaven after you die, I believe you get reincarnated. You believe that the world is the world and that you should have your own power and not believe on some disembodied voice, even though you believe in God. I believe in the same. I believe that you are your own power, but you are connected with the earth, and that the trees, the water, and everything, you guys are connected. That to get a better oneness with it, you need to do the spiritual work on the inside. And to get one better of inner peace and happiness, you need to do the spiritual work inside. So then that way you can show up better for the world and you can be in your power more. And if you actually, you know, if you're like intellectual like me, actually look it up. It is true. Trees talk. They feel. It's true. Some rocks move by themselves. Some rocks bleed. The ocean is critically important to us as humans. Not even just spiritually, but practically. I'm telling you, like as a person, like as an analogical person, the ocean is crucial to our survival. The moon is crucial to our survival. As a person, as I'm telling you, as a person who's an intellectual, you know, analytically, no spirituality in this, the moon and the ocean is crucial to our survival. And because I want to devote more time to it and the deities that represent it, to show my gratitude and my appreciation and be oneness with them, does not make me crazy. It just means that I'm appreciating it on a different level. Like, make it make sense. You can't make it make sense of what you're trying to do to these people who are spiritual, especially if they're just minding their business and they're not hurting anybody and they don't do dark magic to anybody, they don't mess with anybody. Like I said, they're just leaving people alone, you know? They're doing their cleansing, they're doing their rituals, they're doing their grounding, they're drinking their water, they're doing their yoga, and they're leaving people alone. Let them be. It doesn't make sense for you to mark them crazy. Tell them that they're crazy. And then try to get some type of a power of authority or take their money or get them locked up or get people to impersonate them. All types of shit. Just because you want some type of material gain or some clout or following or whatever it is. People can be multifaceted people and still be themselves, still be sane. They don't have to be one particular thing or one particular common thing that people want everybody to be. And even if people were all the same, we couldn't survive as a species. We couldn't. It's crucial for our survival to be different genetically and as people. Okay. That's all I gotta say to you guys. See you later, Sneaker fans.